and welcome to the 7AA quarterfinal sectional play. All the way up in Duluth, Minnesota, as the Andover Huskies travel up to play the Duluth East Greyhounds. And this QCTV sports presentation, I'm Joe Rulin, joined by Pete Anderson. Welcome, everyone, and hello again from the Duluth Heritage Center. And Pete, we have a team that met just once. Both these have met once this year, a 6-5 win versus Duluth East. But it's playoff time, and that means different shift of energy and excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got one team, seven games above 500 in the Duluth East Greyhounds, 16-9 on the season. On the other side, the Andover Huskies didn't have the season they were looking for, but you can throw those records out the window right now as you win, you move on, you lose, you go home, and of course the ultimate goal here, keep winning, get to that state tournament, the greatest hockey tournament on the planet.
You've
the
got
Minnesota
it.
State High School Hockey League tournament.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you know, it's comparison side by side of the season, 96 to 62 goals, favor of the Greyhounds on the penalty kill. Certainly Duluth East a little bit more effective there as well, save percentage. They have the edge. Meanwhile, last games, an Irondale 3-4 loss, 4-3 loss, that is, for Andover, and a 6-1 loss for Duluth East. But a big difference, this Duluth East team has played a very competitive schedule this year.
Yeah, they sure have. They're one of the few independents. They don't have a conference, so they travel up and down the state, and they sure like those bus rides. And they get into that bus, they go and they play some of the best here in the state.
And I had a chance to speak with the head coach of the Huskies, Coach Manny, about tonight's game. With head coach Manny of the Huskies boys hockey team. And Coach, second time this year you've had a chance to face this team. It was a 6-5 loss. First game of the year. What do you expect second time around and now sectional time?
Well, Duluth East is always a team that's a tough matchup for anybody in the postseason because they improve throughout the year more than a lot of other teams. So the group we saw back in early December is not going to be the same group we see tonight. So we expect a hard, fast skating, physical contest tonight, and we're going to have to match their intensity.
They're a team that really has a diverse schedule, kind of an independent approach and league in itself. How do you think that benefits them?
Well, I think they're comfortable at home or on the road. They get on the bus and travel more in 1 year than a lot of Metro teams do in 5 or 6 or 8 years. So they're comfortable no matter where their surroundings are, and I think that really helps them in the end.
You're expecting kind of an attacking style from this Duluth East team. How do you counter that, and is it moving the puck around, especially come time for power play opportunities?
Well, aggressive teams like this, they tend to over-pursue, so you want to kind of get the puck, you want to use that aggressiveness to your advantage by moving pucks against the grain, maybe get to the other side of the ice and get out that way. And, the first 5 minutes will be key tonight. If we're able to withstand the pressure the first 5 minutes, then things will settle down and we can get into a little bit of a rhythm. But, yeah, we're going to have to counter their intensity and speed with our own intensity.
Come playoff time, it's always what's between the pipes in terms of the goaltenders. You have Blake Johnson tonight. Meanwhile, on the other side with Duluth East, a goaltender with a record of 15-9 and a goals against average of 2.48. You put up 5 goals on them last time, including 4 power play goals. Did you see something that maybe you can strike again with?
Well, I think, Mike Randolph said at our seating meeting last week that we'd scored more goals against them than any other team, and I'd secretly kind of hoped he forgot that. So sometimes goalies just have a bad day, and their guy might have just been, had some nerves that night. But he's played well recently. He went through a bad stretch before Christmas, but he's been rock solid since. So I don't know if we're going to be able to score 5 on him. I expect kind of a low-scoring affair. If we're able to be competitive, it's going to have to be a low-scoring game.
Coach, good luck tonight and good luck through the rest of sectionals.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Joe. Enjoy the openness and genuine approach by Coach Manny. There you get a look at the quick lineups for the Huskies. You got Bannock, Sears, and Mears on that line. Number 1 line, meanwhile, Sam Seymour along with Martell. In goal will be Blake Johnson, the senior, for the Huskies.
And on the Duluth East side, you've got the little bit odd lineup starting lineup that we weren't expecting. And Austin Chris, Marcus Skoog, and Benson across the front. Shea Donovan and Alex Spencer on the blue line. And in between the nets, as Joe mentioned in that interview with Coach Mark Manny, is Kirk Meyerhoff.
Play just underway as you saw the face-off. As you mentioned, the lines going there, and it's going to be Duluth East circling back in their zone, leading them on a long lead pass, breaking in and couldn't control the puck. That time was Altman. And front shot steered away. Again, home team has last-minute changes on those lines. It looks like they may have made some of those changes here at the last minute. At least what they had going as a number 1 line versus 2. Meanwhile, Huskies whistled for the offside. Fast pace to this game. No surprise, no score here. Opening period on QCTV.
Yeah, Duluth East definitely did switch up their initial lineups once they saw who Andover was throwing out, and Manny throwing out a little bit more of a checking line to start out. And cause head coach Mike Randolph is a 27-year vet here for Duluth East. He threw out that top scoring line right away.
See Hughes taking that draw for Andover, looking for it in the high crease, no one home, and all the way out to neutral ice, controlled there by Dahl. He tries to backhand it in, unable to do so. Back to cover up, and in comes Hughes again. He'll make another rush. Disrupted at the blue line by Duluth East. They'll send it cross rink. Hard wrister save, loose puck, and it's covered up by Johnson.
Covered up, and then some extracurricular there after the fact with a defenseman. That was number 24, Connor Dahl, taking the captain of the Duluth East Greyhounds, number 24, Ryan Peterson, hard into the end wall. He was the last one to take a slap at that in front of Blake Johnson, and Johnson holds on.
Ledeen on, takes the draw. He'll win that. He does a very good job for the Huskies on those faceoffs. They'll try to bring it out of their own zone. There's Ledeen, the senior. Knocked off the puck at center ice, backhand in. Not far enough for Duluth East. Send it back in, and Johnson stops it there. Working it out of the zone off the board. The Huskies trying to retain possession as they carry out. Cannot, sent back in. Wholesale changes for Duluth East. Offense and defense. Huskies trying to catch him. There's Shane, the freshman. Very productive here. Breaking in. Shot by McNamara, and it turned away. Good scoring opportunity there, and a nice pass by Shane.
That's a brilliant pass by Shane there, the freshman, giving the saucer pass to the sophomore in McNamara, and he had nothing but open space in front of him. It kind of shocked him there for a minute that he got past that defenseman being number 3, Alex Spencer, senior captain for the Duluth East Greyhounds. Not a great play by him, but Meyerhoff making that one hold up.
Face off into the Duluth East zone to the left of Meyerhoff. Finally, we got a penalty coming up. Huskies are going to, I believe, get an opportunity here on the man advantage.
I think they're actually going to call that on Mears. Or excuse me, Bannock is going to the box there, and I think they're going to give him a hold instead of the hook. But I saw the hook. But one way or another, he's going to the box. He's going there for 2 minutes.
So the senior Bannock, who has been troubled with an injured, actually a broken hand, for the last couple of weeks, getting some ice time the last couple of games. Off the face-off, Huskies trying to control. It's between the skates. That time of the Huskies. Trying to clear, cannot. Duluth East fires this, deflected over top and out of play. Face-off will come to the left of Johnson with 1:43 to go. Here, opening period, no score in this quarterfinal matchup.
So far, Duluth East taking some chances. They're definitely trying to stretch that ice out and stretch the defense of the Andover Huskies out. Make them make some mistakes. Put the pressure on them early, just like Coach Manny anticipated.
Cross rink set up now. Here at the near point, now across to the far point. Wrister in front, traffic covered up, and no rebound. Great job by Johnson. There were a couple of the Greyhounds sitting on the doorstep.
Great shot there from the point, had the open line. There's head coach Mike Randolph for Duluth East. He's been here a while.
27 years. Old school is what he said. That's my approach. He also went to high school here. There's a deflection, comes right out in front, and Blake Johnson, cat-like quickness, pounces on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a staple. He's been here for state tournaments. They were the state runner-up last year, and he's won state tournaments. everybody who watches high school hockey knows who Mike Randolph is.
Shot here, makes it all the way through, but deflected and held in at the near point. Good tape-to-tape pass, shot turned away again, good passing. Tape to tape and couldn't quite put it away, held in, shot top of the circle, deflected in front and directed to the near corner. On the one-timer shot, oh, and it just creeps and rolls by the pipe. Got by Johnson, made the initial save, and it rolled right by the pipe in front. Good movement. Good movement by Duluth East, and Huskies happy to just clear.
Yeah, that was a great power play opportunity. They still got 40 seconds left, but the passing and the spacing are perfect by Duluth East, and they're keeping some great traffic in front, keeping Blake Johnson on his heels.
Precision passing and just 30 seconds left. There's Ledeen's 30 seconds left on the power play opportunity here for Duluth East. At neutral ice, they'll finally carry in an offside. These two teams met earlier this year. It was a 6-5 win for Duluth East. As you can take a look at this shot that just trickles by. Deflected to the near corner.
Yeah, good job by Jensen on that one to deflect that. Got down low, he deflected with a stick and allowed that one to trickle in on Johnson. Then there's the other one seconds later that actually got by Johnson, trickled through the crease, but outside the pipe. And big sigh of relief there from Husky fans on our right.
Key player here also is Altman, number 26, 18 goals, 24 assists on the season for Duluth East. Bringing it in, trying to get around. Nowacki hits the side of the net. Now in front, comes back out, steered off the puck, and still maintaining possession. That's Worth.
And Worth is the one to keep an eye on. He leads the Greyhounds with 10 power play points on the season.
Huskies do a good job dumping it back to neutral ice, and they are back at full strength. Successful penalty kill for Andover. They'll try to ring it around the boards. Fan that's held in by Duluth East. A lot of pressure. If there's one thing Coach Manny said for the Huskies is they have some strong defensemen. They're good on the blue line and very strong on the puck. Huskies will try to carry out, but boy, they are buzzing. Duluth East is firing on all cylinders early. Nowacki misses on a pass to McNamara. Touched up behind, and they'll move it along. Huskies try to pick up the loose puck and redirect it in front. That's going to be carried out and moved along by Spencer. Now to neutral ice, sent ahead by Skoog. He sends in. Duluth East on the far board doing battle with the Huskies. Huskies able to just get it beyond the blue line, then they send it right back in. Behind the play. Huskies try to get possession of that puck, but right now Duluth East turns, fires. Any loose change, they're turning and fire. It's held in at the far point, whistled in from a wrister that hits traffic, does not make net. Ledeen is there for Andover. Up ahead now from Shane, back to Ledeen. Ledeen does a little dance and whistled for the offside with 11:15 to go, opening period, no score.
Here's a shot from the post. It came all the way from the point, straight down the middle, hits Johnson, and then just trickles off his arm through the blue paint, but right there to clear that one out was Alex Martell, luckily, and no Duluth Greyhound there to get it. Andover withstands the first power play by Duluth East.
Martell sends it in. Huskies will give chase. Getting there first to Spencer. He sends it right down the middle part of the ice, and Johnson will come out to stop the puck and set it up for Nowacki. Centering, loose puck. Now it comes back to the Huskies. Bringing in now, a chance here, breaking in, 2-on-1, odd man rush, turn, fire, off the mark, controlled by Duluth East, at least to get it to center ice. And here's Martell. Martell says, let's get back at it again, boys, sends it deep, and Spencer's there first for Duluth East. Sends it right back out, that's Connor Dahl, the senior defense. Back to neutral, skating in, comes back Duluth East. He's taken down, no penalty. Huskies giving chase. Ferocious check there in the corner, and Mears. Again, it's Duluth East rattling it and keeping the pressure, trying to pinch in from the far point, unable to hold the zone. Duluth East will get their first at neutral ice and send it in. Martell retreats, picks it up, long lead pass, stepped in front, picked up by the Greyhounds. On a give and go, coming back, backhand, that just misses wide of the mark. They're buzzing again, and that's Worth. Shot from just inside the blue line, loose puck in front. Traffic is able to clear and dump and flutter it to neutral ice. Allow Andover to take a deep breath and regroup. Hard check right on the red line board. Sent back in, everyone will have to touch back up for Duluth East. No score, 9:32 to go, opening period. Has been a flurry of action, unfortunately, mostly for Duluth East. Here's now a chance for Andover. They'll break it in. Looking, fire, missing the mark on that. In the far corner, the Greyhounds are whistled, and the face-off will come back into the Duluth East zone with 9:12 to go. 8-1 shots on goal early here.
Yeah, it's been all Duluth East in the offensive zone. Lots of pressure put on the Andover Huskies. They've been able to withstand it so far, but they've got to start getting some pressure back on Meyerhoff in the Duluth East zone and get some shots on net. Only the one so far. They've had one real scoring opportunity, and they missed the net on that one as well.
Hits the skate as they go back for that one, and here's more pressure on the backhand, just behind the mark. Seymour on for defense along with Martell. Seymour sends it along the board, held in near point by Spencer. Backhand, pad save, turned away by Blake Johnson. Backhanded by McNamara, trying to clear the zone, unable to do so. There's a hard wrister, tried to sneak it under the garage door, couldn't do it. Pad save now directed to the far corner. Another penalty coming up.
This one's going against Duluth East. It's going against Nathaniel Benson, who had a great opportunity on the backhand, turned away by Blake Johnson. But now it'll be Andover getting their first power play. And looking back on that first game against Duluth East back in December 5th, where Duluth East did win 6-5, 4 of the 5 goals scored by Andover were on the power play.
Well, let's see what they can do here. We had a chance to talk to Coach Manny, and he said we've got to move the puck. This is a very, very attacking type of team, even on the penalty kill. Huskies unable to hold the zone, and Ledeen retreats back for the Huskies. The senior captain works it up ice at the red line, still with it, trying to carry it in, now drops it behind the goal. They'll give chase and try to hold position, and they cannot hold the zone. Back to retreat once again is Ledeen. Ledeen up ahead to Shane. He's off his skates and directed to Duluth East, and they dump it back into the Husky zone. 1:20 to go on the man advantage for Andover. No score. Huskies taking on the Hounds here in Duluth. Huskies no real threat just yet. Top of the circle, and Duluth East easily dispenses that back into the Andover zone. Here comes the freshman. He'll bring it in. Whistled for the offside. It would be Andover. 1:04 to go.
Just some lazy passing here so far, as Andover hasn't even really gained the zone into Duluth East territory, and it's just been really easy clear so far for the penalty killers, for the Greyhounds. You have to gain that zone and get your sets, and then you can get to the point where you can actually start applying some pressure, and hopefully it carries over beyond the power play if you don't score.
Hughes and Bannock line back out. They shift things up here on the power play. Hughes took the draw on, and the Huskies and Nowacki finally hold the zone. Backhand in deep. Bannock will give chase. He's sent to the ice. Nowacki's going to try to keep the puck in. They cannot, as it gets to Duluth East first. Easy clear with 35 seconds left on a man advantage. Nowacki bringing it up ice for Andover. Still with the puck, holds the zone, brings it in. Wants to set up behind, now he drops it to the corner. Held in near point, that's Dahl. Sends it in deep. Back out. Dahl will send it cross ice, that's to Nowacki. Takes the shot, makes it the way through. Nice save by Meyerhoff. Huskies still hold behind the net, looking for someone to pass to. Has 5 seconds left on the power play. Dahl hauls it in. He'll take a shot, hits traffic, does not make net. Nowacki gets there first, and he'll try to dump in ahead. Here's a chance. Odd man short, brief rush. Backhand just misses the mark. Bringing it back around, and they score! The Huskies take a 1-0 lead. Beautiful goal that time by Tyler Hughes.
Just some good pressure finally for the Andover Huskies. The penalty had expired, so it'll be an even strength goal. But the backhand attempt by Owen Jansen, and the wraparound attempt, is the one that really got it in front of the open net for Tyler Hughes. Meyerhoff stretching back over, but left a ton of open net on the top side. And that's what gives the first goal of the game to Tyler Hughes and the Andover Huskies.
Beautiful goal. You know, the pressure, the most intense pressure on that power play for Andover came when it was back at, well, full strength, just as they were bringing on the extra attacker, or to even it up, rather. Good score for the Huskies. They go up 1-0. Back the other way. Duluth East will fire some more rubber biscuits at Blake Johnson. They're not going to stop. They're going to be relentless with firing that biscuits right on Blake Johnson and try to counter quickly.
Right away after that goal, Mike Randolph goes to the top scoring line, trying to answer quickly and get this game back even and get that momentum back. Right now, Andover's got to be feeling good. They got that goal, and now they're ready to go.
Getting the face mask set on the goaltender Blake Johnson. In fact, at the first intermission, we're going to have a chance to speak with last year's goaltender. 5:49. It's a 1-0 lead for Andover. That will be credited as an even strength goal. Here's a shot. Goal that gets by. Saw it. He looked it into his glove, but it got by some traffic in front. Spencer will get the goal for Duluth East to knot it up at 1 apiece. His first goal of the season. He had 8 assists coming into this game. And that one looked like maybe he just didn't quite see it all the way in Blake Johnson.
Yeah, that was a really just an easy shot, and Johnson just had to go up over the glove and lift it up a little bit. Not enough effort there by Johnson to make sure that that one didn't get past him, and we've got a tie game.
Ledeen will bring it in. He's centering the line with Shane and McNamara. Good pressure there, but Ledeen tries to gather it back in along with Shane, and finally it's Duluth East turning and firing it into the Husky zone. Huskies work it back behind. That's Nowacki ahead to Dahl. Dahl then, and McNamara trying to move it out, held in at the far point. That's Dahl doing battle. Hops the stick there, Spencer. Captain for this Duluth East team. And now finally, Duluth East in the corner. He's being bothered by Dahl. Picking it up in front right now. The Huskies looking to try to clear it if they can with 4:20 to go. This line has been on for a long time. Extended play. They get it to neutral ice. Duluth East will make some changes. Quickly, the Huskies now counter. Nowacki is there. He'll drop it, but he'll get it right to a Duluth East player. Trying to backhand. They'll pick up the loose puck, and finally the Huskies can skate free of the zone and then lose it at neutral ice. Sent back in again by the Greyhounds. Long lead pass off the skates, coming right out in front, turned away. Point blank save that time by Johnson.
What a glove by Blake Johnson. And we'll look at that last goal before we get a chance to hopefully look at that one. Long pass across the ice, and just a quick snapshot that just, you catch Johnson in the butterfly, and puck was rising on him. He just wasn't able to keep that on his eye level.
Another shot. They continue to whiz at him. 13-3 shots on goal advantage for the Hounds. And finally the Huskies with a chance. They fan as they bring it in across the blue line. Up ahead, and back comes Duluth East. Shot. They tried to go 5-hole that time on Johnson. Nice save. Picking up the own rebound, but Huskies drop it back there, and there's Martell. Martell for the Huskies. Still with the puck. Maneuvers behind. Tries to shed the shadowing Duluth East player, finally in the far corner. They backhanded up ahead, and now Duluth East with that neutral ice into the zone. High shot, flutters off the glove and over top of the net. There's one pulled trigger that's deflected, changed the pace of that shot. They try to bring one in the back door that time on Johnson. He makes that save, held in just inside the blue line. Shot hits traffic. They have so much traffic right now in front of Blake Johnson. Tough for him to see the puck at all. Held in Spencer. In the corner. Player from Duluth East trying to get back. They whistle. To stop a play, and I believe this will be a penalty on Andover.
Yeah, we're going to get, I believe, another holding call.
Looked like Luke Dow was having some problems getting off the ice.
It's going to be a roughing call going on Dahl.
Connor Dahl, the senior defense. We had mentioned also, Pete, before that break, and we will be joined by Maddie Rooney during the first intermission. Shot over top of the net. She is in goal for the women UMD Bulldogs team. Turn, fire, that's deflect wide. Held in near point. Second power play opportunity of the period. Spencer eludes a check, still with the puck. Poke checked away. Nice move by the Huskies. Huskies get it back. He's being shadowed by Sears. Sears out front, shot, saved, smothered, and stopped by Blake Johnson.
Good job by Johnson there. He saw that one all the way and knocked it down right in front of him, able to throw the blocker hand on top of that one to cover that up, and gets a face-off and allows his team to get a change. One thing to keep an eye on here, I'm looking at the Duluth East bench, and number 24, that's Ryan Peterson, the second leading scorer for the Duluth East Greyhounds, getting looked at by the trainers. Looks like he's getting looked at by the on his lower body.
Held in just inside the blue line. He actually leads the team in goals scored, power play goals for Duluth East. Rister there, gets through. Saved by Blake Johnson. Nowacki has it on the backhand. He'll try to clear up ahead to Ledeen. Ledeen right now shadowing a Greyhound player. Wheeling behind. That was Dow who just came off. Back with the puck, held in. Now to the near point. 40 seconds left on the power play. They're on the doorstep but couldn't control it. Shot hits the post. Huskies unable to clear. In the corner doing battle right now. Huskies tried to grab possession, or at least long enough to try to clear. They get it there. Nice effort. Great play that time by Satars. Good strength. And sent it length of the ice. Just 15 seconds left on this power play.
Huskies are definitely struggling to get into those passing lanes that Duluth East is able to create with their spacing on the penalty kill, and that's what allows them to have so much time and pressure in that Andover Husky zone.
Huskies have successfully killed their second penalty. Bringing it in deep right now. Maintaining it is Donovan. In that near corner, drops it off now to a teammate. Ahead to Worth. Donovan sends it back into Worth. Now doorstep shot, save, smothered again by Johnson. Good job by Johnson to not allow any rebounds.
Good shot there taken by Duluth East there. He got into the scoring area, got right near the circle, and ripped one from close angle. And you know, that's Ash Altman. He is the leading scorer for the Greyhounds.
It's cleared the neutral ice, and going back to retrieve is Donovan. Huskies will give chase, trying to pick up something here before the end of period number one, and we are tied at one apiece at the end of one complete. And Huskies were outshot that first period by a margin of 19-4. If we can hold it here, we'll have a chance to interview also someone who has seen a lot of shots this year. In fact, 61 in her last game for Minnesota Duluth, Maddie Rooney. But thus far, Pete, a 1-1 opportunity, and I'd say it's a win so far if you can stay 1-1 after one.
Yeah, absolutely. After all the pressure that Andover took on in that first period, to come out of there even you've got to think, okay, we've seen what they can throw at us. We've seen basically the best that they can do. Let's go out there, let's make some adjustments. Now let's get the offense going and see what we can make happen.
Absolutely, a lot of biscuits that were seen firsthand by Blake Johnson. I think the biggest part is that he didn't give up any rebounds, any big rebounds, and the one that he did let up, I think he'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, you definitely want to try and freeze that puck as much as possible, and it was a couple of passes later, and they find himself looking at a long shot. But we'll see what happens in the second period.
We'll return with more quarterfinal 7AA hockey action on QCTV.
Hello and welcome to In the Game. I'm your host, Chris Carpenter. In the Game is a show that we do here at QCTV that focuses on the high school and amateur sports that we have going on in and around our four cities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. It's high school hockey season here in Minnesota, and here on In the Game, we are going to cover our boys' high school hockey teams.
By Nate Chamberlain. Now in front of shot to goal. And here come the Rebels back the other way. Perfect pass, shot off the crossbar and in. Oh, that one off the post. So shot hits traffic, rebound, goal. Oh, tic-tac-toe, tape to tape and put it away. The Huskies have.
Swanstrom comes up, he goes wide to the right, now comes back to the center. Deacon gets it, goal!
The Anoka boys hockey team plays in a very tough conference and is battling to hold its own this season. Here's more on the Anoka Tornadoes boys hockey team.
Going into the season, our expectation was we knew we had a good number of kids that played a lot coming back, so we had high expectations going in, and the season's progressing very well. One of the things we just worked on is consistency. You know, every game showing up, playing for 51 minutes, it's gotten better. You know, as far as the work habits, the work efforts, doing little things, you know, that we'll continue to work on.
It's been good. You know, we've won some games that we weren't expected to, and a lot of games have been closer when we should have maybe blown them out. But we're just looking to find some more consistency in both practices and games going into playoffs and the end of the season.
What we've been preaching is putting together 3 hard periods, finishing off a full game, working on our D zone, helping our goalies out as much as we can. Offensively, we're set. We've been scoring on average 4 goals a game.
Just competing for all 3 periods, every single minute. Working hard. We pride ourselves in working hard mainly, and just, I don't know, trying to get the puck in deep and just run our systems. Well, I hope to at least make it to the section final because that's one game further than we made it last year. It'd be awesome to make it to state, but hopefully just get some good wins coming up here and have fun doing it.
We knew that we had a lot of talent in the locker room. We made some goals. We wanted to make it to the section finals and win that thing and go to the state tournament, be relevant again.
Yeah, well, right now we're just trying to get things going on the uprising again, try to start winning a few more games, and I don't know, hopefully we can get things figured out, and then come towards the end of the season, we'd like to be down at the Xcel Energy Center.
The Andover Huskies have struggled some this year, but it's always important to note that what really matters is how you're playing at the end of the year. Here's a look at the Andover Huskies boys hockey team.
This is about the, 13th year of our program. We've kind of come from humble beginnings, winning a couple games the first few years. Then we found some success earlier, 5 or 6 years ago, and we've kind of continued that success until this year, where we're kind of stumbling through the worst season since I've been here, at least record-wise. It unfortunately coincides with the most difficult schedule we've ever had, so our overall record right now is 4-17, and we're on a 12-game losing streak. So we're having some trouble putting the puck in the net and a little trouble keeping it out, and that's leading to some poor results.
The season has been a difficult one, and that's because of how talented the Northwest Suburban Conference is each year.
Yeah, well, we split the conference into 2 pieces when we had some new teams join. So on our side, we have Centennial, Blaine, Anoka, Elk River, and Maple Grove along with us, and those teams are perennial top 10 or 15 teams in the state. So you're going to get 10 games right off the bat like that. And and then there's some teams on the other side that kind of can't consistently throw a competitive team out there, but some years they're very good. Spring Lake Park, for example, this year is very good. Armstrong, Osseo, Totino Grace has a very good program. So you're going to get a battle every night, and that's kind of what you want out of your team. If you're in the trenches fighting every night, you have a chance, and with a chance to win, you have some success in the playoffs.
As the season winds down, Coach Manny's message to the team is still a positive one.
We kind of preach a message shift by shift. Every shift's like a new game to us, and don't worry about the last one, and don't look ahead to the next one. Just concentrate on doing your job while you're out on the ice, and if we put enough of those together, then we're going to have success. But we've seen every team that's except for probably the ninth seed in Cambridge Isani and Duluth Marshall, I guess. But we've seen Duluth East. We were competitive with them. We've seen Elk River twice. We've seen Grand Rapids. So we know what we're getting ourselves into, and there's some comfort in that too.
Well, that's it for this edition of In the Game. If you want more In the Game or want more information regarding our sports schedules, or if you want to check out any of our sports or government programming, go to our website, www.qctv.org. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Carpenter, and we'll see you next time in the game.
Welcome back to Duluth, Minnesota Heritage Sports Center. Section playoff hockey, Section 7 AA. It's a 1-1 game after the first period. I'm Pete Anderson, joined by Andover hockey legend Maddie Rooney. Maddie, now a goaltender for the University of Minnesota Duluth women's team. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Take me through your progression as a goalie. You come up through the girls' system, you go and you play a season at the boys, and now you're a Division I goaltender and the number one goaltender on the team.
Yeah, I think my experience playing on the guys my senior year really prepped me for this college experience, and I really felt prepared coming into my freshman year because of it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit before the game here, and you said that the speed of the game really helped you out in the Division I game on the women's side. And what was it about that difference between girls hockey at the high school level to boys hockey at the high school level that compares to the women's game at the college level?
Yeah, I think maybe the girls' speed of the game at the D1 level is a little faster, but when it comes from a goalie's perspective about the shots, I still think the guys have a little bit on the girls in some aspects of the game, but yeah. Okay.
Coming off your last performance, you got peppered a little bit. You took on 61 shots, I believe, and really had an outstanding performance. When you get peppered like that, we saw Blake Johnson take 19 shots there in the first period. What's going through a goaltender's mind when you kind of see that? Is it something where you just know you have to focus and you do you, or are you talking to your defensemen and trying to help them get into spots where maybe they take on some of those shots for you?
Yeah, well, communication with the defense is a big thing as well, but goalie's kind of a mental game, and for me, I just take it period by period. It doesn't really matter about the shots, and you just got to stay focused the whole 60 minutes.
Okay. For you this year, UMD not having the greatest season that they've ever had. I think the record we've got here is a 12-19-1. That's something that you've dealt with your entire career, having some, maybe not the best record throughout the season, but getting hot when it matters and being able to carry that through the playoffs like we are in here. What has to change for you mentally and, prepared-wise to get into that mindset where, okay, this is where it counts, this is where I have to really step up my game?
Yeah, well, in playoffs, I believe any team can win on any given night, and for a goalie, my goal coming into playoffs here is just to stay focused. I mean, goals are going to happen, but you just got to keep looking forward.
Maddie, it's been an awesome ride for you. It's been an awesome ride for fans of Andover hockey to see you, come up from where you've come up as a great goaltender, a young goaltender for the girls hockey team, leading the boys team and giving them a really good run, and now being one of the best goaltenders in the WCHA. Where do you see your career taking you in the next 4 years?
Well, my goal right now is just to improve to get to the highest level that I can, and like I want to continue hockey after college, so that's just my goal right now. Just
Okay.
keeping better.
And what advice are you giving to Andover Huskies, boys, girls at home that are watching this hockey game thinking, I want to be here, I want to be in a hockey game, a playoff hockey game for the Andover Huskies wearing that sweater?
You just got to enjoy it. You got to believe you can be here in the section playoffs, playoffs. And yeah, you just got to enjoy it, take each day at a time.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Maddie. This has been an absolute treasure for us here at QC TV. Hope you enjoy the rest of this game and hope the Huskies pull home a win.
Me too. Thank you.
That was Andover legend Maddie Rooney joining me. It was an honor here for her to join us and talk a little bit about her path as a Husky goaltender, both on the girls and the boys side. She's been in this game. She's been in this spot where Blake Johnson has stopped 18 of his first 19 shots. And Joe Rulin back here with us. Joe, it's the shot differential. It's been all Duluth East so far. What do you think we've got to see out of Andover to make them have a shot here to not only just stay even with Duluth East, but come out and win this?
Well, Coach Manny said before the game, he knew that they were an attacking type of offense. They're going to come at you early and often and fire shots. He felt the advantage they could have is that sometimes a team that attacks aggressively as they do, they can skate themselves out of position. And I think the Huskies have really stayed poised in that first period. Blake Johnson has played well. And I think you'll start to see them keep the puck outside more. That was kind of a key message. Do what we can to keep that puck to the outside. A strategy that worked well when they played Elk River and lost just 3-2 in that game. So they'll try that same strategy here in the second period. Meanwhile, they're going to have to continue to try to get some quality shots on goal and put some own pressure on their end. Again, keep in mind, Duluth East, number 2 seed in this section, and the Huskies a number 7 seed. And you get a look at the other brackets. Grand Rapids, number 1 seed overall, taking on Cambridge. And then, of course, Elk River, the number 3 seed, playing Forest Lake tonight as well. And then you see the Duluth Marshall game as well. But a full look at the brackets here in the tournament, and great play.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't get any easier once you, if Andover is able to pull this game out and win this one, it doesn't get any easier. They've got another loss to avenge in Elk River, another close game they've played. And, that's the thing that's you don't necessarily see when you look at Andover's record. You say, oh, they're 7-18. They're 0-10 in their division of the Northwest Suburban Conference. The thing to remember is they played a lot of those teams, a lot of those losses, they played them close.
You're going to look an early fan of the game there, Pete.
Love those ring pops.
Absolutely. Quality. Don't stick that to the ice. As the Duluth East comes back onto the ice, and again, you said a 19-4 shots on goal margin in favor of the Hounds. Blake Johnson stood the battle, and there was probably one wrister from the point that he probably didn't see all the way and couldn't quite glove, but otherwise good performance by the senior goaltender. And again, one of the keys will be Ledeen in that line. We talked about it before the game. Suddenly, just at the last minute, a shift in lines. You get a couple of the Capics, Bannock and Ledeen, but Ledeen is on a line with some very, very good youth in Shane and also with McNamara. And they have to kind of follow the top line that they've been going after tonight. They've been evened up against Altman, Worth, and Majon. So that's been tough.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough battle for that young line, and I think that's a lot of the reason why head coach Mark Manny put them with a steady force like Christian Ledeen. He's the senior captain. He's been here. He works hard. He's not a big guy, but he's a smart hockey player. He wins a lot of faceoffs, and he really plays the game with intelligence and tries to make sure that he doesn't make the bad play to hurt his team.
Both teams start the same way they did as they opened the game. It's Bannock, Mears, and Sears on the line here for the Huskies. Sears to giving chase, and Mears helping them out. Meanwhile, that's Worth. He'll head it up. Chance now for the Duluth East team here to get possession, but the Huskies a little feisty coming out, and there's Bannock with that broken hand. Still going well. Shot here by Martel, who's comes in as a defense to get a shot. Good pressure for the Huskies. They're going to need more of that. Held in just inside. Huskies maintain their Satars. Still with the Satars and has a poke checked off his stick. They get it back. Huskies send it back in deep.
Good play there by Sitars as Altman was racing up the ice. He got a stick up there and prevented that pass from getting in deep as Altman was deep into in on Nowicki's area, and that could have been a dangerous breakaway.
Huskies again try to keep the pressure on, but I like their proactive approach here to start the second period. They're really doing a great job of countering a very aggressive style from Duluth East. High wrister. Easy glove that time, but a nice wrister taken by Owen Jensen, who had an assist on the Huskies' first goal.
Yeah, he absolutely did. He assisted Tyler Hughes with a nice move back around the net, wrapping around with the backhand. Saw that he wasn't going to be able to keep the control and gave it off to Hughes, who put it away into a wide open net as Meyerhoff was slow getting back over on that wraparound attempt.
Ledeen will take this draw against Dow. Dow also a captain for this Duluth East team. It comes to the left of Meyerhoff. Controlled by Duluth East. They'll try to clear. They do. Nowacki's there for the Huskies. He gets and just misses on a pass. Sent back in by Spencer. Easy save from outside the blue line by Blake Johnson. Huskies get it going here, and that's McNamara. Knocked off the puck, and it caroms into the Duluth East zone. Spencer has it there. Up ahead, shot just outside the blue line that time. Taken by number 15, Benson for Duluth East, and so glove save, and they'll hold there.
Yeah, Nathaniel Benson coming in with that shot, but so far it's been a little bit different team. Duluth East coming out of that locker room after the first intermission. Not necessarily as much pressure as they came out with in that first period, and settling for a little bit more outside shots instead of trying to stretch that ice and get into the passing lanes.
Mears dumps it in and then gets it himself. Being helped by Bannock. Bannock circles, top of the circle, drop pass there. A good reach by Martell to hold the zone. Sears gets there, sends it back behind, and on the rebound, Duluth East up ahead. Into the Husky zone. Turning, firing, held in, far point. Holding wrister, that's deflected, does not make net. That's deflected by Sears, and now he'll do the honors of carrying it out for the Huskies. They'll do a line change, but Bannock will keep the pressure on and extend his line, at least his shift. On the errant pass off the stick, the Huskies now control. Satars with it now, skating in. Wrister, save. He had 2 goals in his last game, Satars, and he wants to keep it going. Hops the stick and brought in offside. It'll be delayed. Meanwhile, Duluth East back has it. Deflected all the way from just inside the red line, and caromed and caught by Blake Johnson.
Look back at the first period highlights, and here's the opportunity that started with Bannock. Got it over to Jensen. Jensen with the backhand pass to Hughes, and Hughes finishes that one off. Starts an early 1-0 lead, and then Duluth East who answers, and a couple long passes in the offensive zone for Duluth East, and it's Alex Spencer who puts one by Blake Johnson. And that brings us to 1-1 after 1.
Dow has it, and he'll try to gather it back in. Huskies try to hold the zone. They finally do. Shane back. Shot. Ledeen just off the mark. Good setup that time by the freshman. He's got some poise. Behind, sent back in by Nowacki. Ledeen tries to center and through the crease. Couldn't capitalize. Huskies really starting to pick up the buzz and put some pressure on this Duluth East team. Nowacki brings it up. McNamara there ahead to Sears, and Shane doing some battle. Sears picks up the loose change in the far corner. Poke checked away and dumped and disposed back into the Husky zone, giving chase and some heavy pressure. The time is by Duluth East, predominantly by number 18 on that play. Bringing it back in and sending it in. Blake Johnson forced to come out and stop the puck. Martell backhands it into the near corner along the near boards. Loose in front, fire, shot, save, rebound, shot, turned away again. Oh my, he's been stunning, point blank shot, save, hit traffic, loose puck, Huskies clear. It will be icing, but wow. Some quick cat-like reactions by Blake Johnson there.
Yeah, Blake Johnson really stood the test. He took a shot. It was a big hit there in the center of the ice that caused the turnover. He stopped the first one but gave up a rebound, and the puck was kind of just sitting there. His teammates weren't able to get that cleared. Finally comes out to the point, and nothing comes of it for Duluth East, and Blake Johnson stands his ground. He's now faced 24 shots, and we're not even anywhere near halfway mark here of the second period.
Nice backhand in and good pressure now by the Huskies. Catching up on the other side is Satars. Sends it back, cross rink and controlled. Now once again by Duluth East. They'll carry in. Deflected, loose puck in front, off a deflection, and a late goes on. A goal for Duluth East as it looks like it went in off the pads of Johnson. We'll get another look, but the goal will be credited to Altman. If Altman had 18 goals coming into this game, his first of the playoffs. But again, just a burst of speed that time by Duluth East. Picked up the loose change and sent the backhand back on net.
When you score from that angle, you're really just kind of making a prayer, and he really just shot that off the back of Johnson, who was late getting over there. It was kind of a weird, quirky play where the defense converged, actually did a good job in creating the turnover, but the puck came loose and there was nobody there to clear it out. Altman takes advantage. 2-1 lead for the Hounds.
Huskies still generating a lot of offense here. At least some good shots. That time Ladine's wrister deflected out of play. 11:48 to go here. Period number 2. So pressure continues for Duluth East, but the 2 goals I think they would probably like to have back if they could. There wasn't anything that beat them that they usually wouldn't be able to stop. Let's see what the Huskies can do here to generate some offense of their own. Miss on that entry pass in, and easy for Duluth East to send back to neutral ice. Up ahead to the blue line. Ladine breaks in, chance there, backhand by McNamara, that hits traffic. Good pressure by Ladine. Setting up in a backhand, unable for the Huskies to capitalize. Back comes Duluth East, just across the red line, and they'll send it in.
Ladine having a couple of good setup attempts here for his teammates, just trying to make something happen.
Shane again here, again to McNamara. He tries to get around the defense, unable to do so, and back will come Duluth East. Odd man rush. There's a save again by Johnson. On the rebound, Spencer, and we've got a whistle.
Hand pass is the call there. That puck popped up high in the air off of that save by Johnson, and I believe that was 23 Ian Mejoux that tipped it, and then a teammate plays it, so it'll come all the way back down into the Duluth East zone. And opportunity for Andover maybe catch their breath. They've been much more poised with the puck here in this second period, and the scoring opportunities have reflected that. They just need to start getting some of these opportunities with shots on goal, and the goals will come.
In fact, it has been. They've been chasing less and much more proactive, putting Duluth East on their heels. You're unable to tell it by the score, but they've generated more scoring opportunities already here in the second period than they had for the whole first period. Dahl has it there, maneuvers around the defense, backhands it to Nowacki, his defense mate. Huskies at least get it to neutral ice. Big check by Mears. And now Dahl has it back behind Blake Johnson. Errant pass, pad save, rebound, save, and turned away again by Blake Johnson.
Wow, that second save by Blake Johnson was unbelievable. His entire body momentum was taking him away from the puck, and somehow he got the glove up onto that puck and prevents this from being a 2-goal lead for the Duluth East Greyhounds.
Connor Dahl made an ill-advised pass right in front. As you see, he gives it up and stepping right in, sending a quick wrister and turned away by Blake Johnson. Now, while the momentum's buzzing, Duluth East going to try to capitalize on that energy. Martell tries to tangle up one of the Duluth East players, and so well enough his teammate can pick it up and clear the zone. At neutral, good pressure. They're pestering. Back comes Duluth East. Martell sends it to the board. Getting their first 4. The Huskies, Seymour, up ahead. Cannot control as it rolls off the stick of Hughes, but they're able to send it in to the Duluth East zone.
One continuing issue from the first period is the Huskies' inability to really gain the zone, especially when they have some rush. They've had multiple opportunities where they've been real close to the Duluth East zone, and for whatever reason, the puck just rolls off their stick, doesn't click exactly right before the blue line, and they're not able to maintain possession as they cross that blue line.
Duluth East now heads back behind their goaltender Meyerhoff. And the Huskies, long lead pass, couldn't quite connect to McNamara. He'll still chase. Held in by Ledeen. Ledeen sends it back in. Giving chase is McNamara. Over to Shane. Shane has it there. The freshman being bothered and shadowed by a pair of Duluth East players. Finally, they get it and clear it. 8:25 to go, and there is an icing against the Hounds. 2-1 lead right now for Duluth East with 8:25 to go, period number 2.
They did give up a goal here, did Andover and Blake Johnson here in the second period. They are down 1, but they're playing much better in this second period than they did in the first. We're at right about the halfway mark here of the second period, halfway mark of the game, and the Huskies have been the team that's been building momentum on their side, playing a little bit better. Duluth East has still been playing well. Andover just looking to try and capitalize on a mistake.
Oh, in front of chance there. Ledeen couldn't get it. He was tied up. Held in by the Huskies here at the near point by Seymour. Sam Seymour. Ledeen doing battle. Takes away. Give and go. Right there on the doorstep, and he gets a stick on it just to clear. All he had to do was get the backhand and put it by Meyerhoff, but Meyerhoff was able to poke check his stick away. That was on McNamara. Good setup that time by Ledeen and Shane on the give and go. That line has had a lot of success.
They sure had. And McNamara's had now 3 opportunities here just in this period on the doorstep. If he gets a stick on the puck, he's got a surefire goal. He's in the right spot. He's just got to be a little bit stronger with that stick and put the stick on the puck. It's going in the net.
Faceoff comes now to the right of Meyerhoff by Sears. Held in by Nowacki, not for long as the momentum of the Duluth East player carried it back out and brought back in for the offside. 29-7, shots on goal. There you get a look at one of the defensemen, Solomon Seymour, for the Huskies. He is a senior defenseman. Duluth East wins that draw. And they'll skate in. Huskies and Nowacki in the far corner, colliding and trying to poke and prod at that puck. Finally skating away is Duluth East, looking to center. Coach Manny has said we got to push it out, and they've done a good job of just pushing the play to the boards. Centering attempt there. Hops, skips, and it'll be plopped on top that time by Meyerhoff.
We got some scores coming in here. You can see them scrolling along the bottom. Notable ones to take a peek at. Elk River up 3-0 on Forest Lake. Grand Rapids leading Cambridge Isani 2-0 in the first. And Andover High School private style, Legacy Christian up 2-0 on Moose Lake.
Moose Lake just a few miles south of here. Off the faceoff. That's Satars. He'll take a swat at it. Just goes wide, held in. That's Dahl. Now comes Duluth East. Skating in top of the circle. Nice way. Nice stick play that time by Solomon. Dahl has it on the far corner. Up ahead. Long lead pass cannot connect. That will be an icing.
You know, the one thing that I want to see happen here out of the Andover Huskies team, and I'm sure they're talking about it on the bench, is the blue line play. I haven't seen one clean shot get through from the blue line, and we've had a couple of mistakes by the defenders that's led to scoring opportunities and goals for Duluth East. We've got to have better play. It does Andover from their blue liners to make sure that they have a chance in this game.
Now Duluth East just inside the blue line takes a shot, and they're on the doorstep trying to deflect that that was Worth on his knee, trying to control it and deflect it top shelf past Blake Johnson. That was just wide. They buzz and they're back at it again. They can outright fly, this team. Shot over top and an easy glove by Blake Johnson.
Super impressed with the play from Ash Altman here this period for Duluth East. He's got their goal here this period, and he has just been out skating everybody on the ice when he is put on by Mike Randolph. There's a reason why he's the leading scorer. He's got good hands, he's got good passing skills, and he definitely works hard in that offensive zone to outskate his opponents.
Ledeen and the Huskies control off the faceoff. Now they'll try to skate it out of their own zone. Here's Ledeen up ahead to Shane. Shane tries to get around the defense. Pins Duluth East there in front again. So Ledeen trying to set up McNamara. They kind of have that code, right? Look, McNamara goes in front and Ledeen will try to feed him. Shane, for just a undersized freshman, really likes to scrap in that corner. Impressive play. Here comes Duluth East. A wrister that goes wide. Ledeen has it there, deflects up to Shane. Shane keeps the pressure going. Nice poise, sends a pass, sends in deep by Seymour. And the Huskies will give chase. Up ahead, that was Spencer. Now ahead to a teammate, and the Huskies control. McNamara has it there. Tries to disrupt the flow of the Hounds player. It goes behind Blake Johnson. Ooh, ill-advised. A pass that hit the net comes out in front. Duluth East could have tried to capitalize. Good job by Shane. He came out, and now it's McNamara. Moving it along the board. A chance here at center ice for the Huskies to step up, but they finally pick it up. A big check by Diesel Sears to send one of the Hounds down. Seymour being shadowed in the corner by Duluth East. Up on the near boards. Held in here at the near point. Cross rink, top of the circle. Here's a wrister. Traffic in front. Saved by Blake Johnson. The shot goes over top of the goal. And now the Huskies trying to regroup and clear. Unable to do so, they retreat back into the near corner along the boards. They're able to get it to at least neutral ice. And finally, Sears has it. He'll try to hit Bannock on a pass. Cannot icing with 3:51 to go. Period number 2.
Head coach Mark Manny going with basically just a double shifting set here with the top two lines of Sears' line and then Ledeen's line. We're seeing a spell here with the third line. That's Jensen, Hughes, and Sitars as well.
And up the face-off in here in the near corner. Going to see who's going to scrap out with it, and the Huskies try to ring it along the board here on the near boards. Still a loose puck, trying to come out in front. Loose puck there, shot turned away again by Blake Johnson. On the half board, bringing it in with Duluth East. Now buzzing behind the net. That's Worth. Worth takes a shot, that hits traffic, does not reach net. Far point, bringing it in, top of the circle. Hard wrister, saved by Blake Johnson.
Johnson's been a savior here so far for Andover as he's made save after save after save after there's been some lazy play or some mistakes made in their own zone. One thing that the Huskies need to really focus on is getting that breakout. They're standing around waiting for the pass instead of creating a moving target. It makes it harder to defend. The Duluth East Greyhounds, they know where the pass is going before the Andover Huskies do because they're keeping their eyes moving and they're keeping their legs moving.
There's Spencer there, keeps it in for Duluth East. Along the near board here, Huskies trying to work it out. They're being pressured. Duluth East has had possession in the Husky zone for about the last 90 seconds. Continued pressure. Duluth East with a 2-1 lead, but the Huskies, big pressure here in the second period. Here's a blast. That save is made, waffled to the corner by Blake Johnson. In that corner, Huskies now trying to pester and shadow. Out in front, circling. Now to the top of the circle, still in control. Shot through some legs, deflects, does not make net. And Satars has it here now for the Huskies. They break out, odd man rush. Here they come, look out, he's dangerous, and he brings it in offside with 2:26 to go.
One too many moves, but he needed to get to space, and Martell's just got to ride the line there. He was well in and just really not paying attention. Mental mistakes made by the Huskies here costing him. Blake Johnson being able to make those mistakes go away, erase them a little bit with his play in the net. But if the Huskies want to score goals, they've got to erase those mistakes themselves.
Near the end of that shift was Satars and that line, so I'm sure he was quite fatigued, but nonetheless, coming in on that ad man rush, those have been far and few for the Huskies. Back to retreat is Seymour. Unable to clear. Sends it now from behind the net. Duluth East, far point, holds it there. Waits, loose puck in front, and save was made by Blake Johnson. Fortunately, it was the Huskies there to clear, but not out.
Late second redirect there by Duluth East.
Save again made by Blake Johnson. Shane has it there. He tries to clear and skate out. Finally, they do. This is Ledeen ahead to Shane. Hops a couple of sticks. It's into the Duluth East zone.
Andover really needs that intermission here coming up to try and regroup and adjust some of these mistakes that they're making consistently.
Into the far corner, Nowacki doing battle. Nowacki trying to pester off, shot again. They tried that odd angle again just to try to put it off the back of Blake Johnson. Shot there, does not make net, but tons of traffic in front of Johnson. Tough for him to see anything with all that traffic and commotion going on in front. They continue to circle, fire, hits the post, deflected to the far corner. Held in just inside the blue line again for Duluth East. Here's a shot, that's wide of the mark. That'll be Spencer holding it in here at the near point. Dropped off there as they circle. Come back out in front, look in front, point blank shot, turned away again by Blake Johnson. Save after save and point blank shots turned away again.
Nice pressure.
Huge momentum shift. That can create some momentum for the Huskies as he's been turning them away, and they've had a chance to really put a dagger in on the Huskies early. They have not been able to put them away.
And each save that he makes is just bigger than the last. This one, I mean, they have a term for this in hockey. It's called standing on your head, and Blake Johnson has been doing it since the puck dropped in the first period. He has been absolutely outstanding player of the game material.
Dow takes that face off with Sears. It's controlled by Duluth East, and that shot is saved again. Skating in again, rolls off the stick of Duluth East into this near corner. Huskies will skate free of the zone. Here comes Martell. He'll get around the defense and stay with the puck in possession. Here in the near corner, Sears comes over to help. He'll get after the puck. That big body of the Diesel Sears, and Duluth East just clears and whistled for that icing. So a shift to change with just 9 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Some good pressure there by the Huskies.
Yeah, some good pressure, a little bit reminiscent of what we saw to start this second period. Remember, it was shots were 19-4 after the one. It's now 36-7. At one point, the Huskies had outshot Duluth East to start this period 4-2, and since then it's been all Duluth East shots. There hasn't been a shot by the Huskies in about 10 minutes of game time.
Satars makes a diving attempt. There's a shot from the point by Martell behind the net. Oh, right on the doorstep, and the whistle blows, and we have the end of period number 2. The Huskies starting to heat it up right here at the end of period number 2. It's been a good second period action, at the end of period number 1. I heard some people talking in the stands, Pete, you know what, this is too close. We're getting a lot of opportunities. These were Duluth East fans. and they said way too many opportunities. We got to start putting those opportunities away. And I think the Huskies are in a great position right now, down by just 1 goal as they head to the third period.
Yeah, it absolutely gives them a chance to regroup in this locker room, make some adjustments, get back to what was working early in that second period, as they had some opportunities. And before it was still just a 1-1 game, it looked like they were going to take an opportunity and take the lead again, as they did early in the first period. Blake Johnson, the story of the game so far is he's been absolutely unreal. He's already got 35 saves here on the evening, or excuse me, 34 saves, only allowed 2 goals, and some of those saves that he's made have been absolutely amazing.
Mother, fathers, get your kids together, because this is going to be one high-level, high-impact third period coming your way on this QCT TV sports presentation. The Huskies just down by a goal against the number 2 seed, Duluth East, last year's finals players in the state championship, and it's a high-impact, high-speed team, but Blake Johnson playing on his head, and I think the Huskies have their best period ahead of them.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what Mark Manny has in store. We got third period coming up right after this.
Hello and welcome to In the Game. I'm your host, Chris Carpenter. In the Game is a show that we do here at QCTV that focuses on the high school and amateur sports that we have going in and around our 4 cities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. The high school winter sports season is officially here, and on this program we are going to learn about the Anoka, Andover, and Champlin boys basketball teams.
McKinley on the breakaway, moving in. Oh, he throws it down! Jacob Paul there now sends it cross court to Corbin Johnson. He'll launch a 3 and he'll hit.
Straight up in there down at the bottom.
Prouty takes one from 3 and he hits.
No good. There's Sutton with the rebound. He puts it in.
As well, here's Wright. The lob and the jam.
Huskies trying to get back in it, rotated. There's Rizak for 3 and he knocks it down.
To me, there's nothing like that feeling you get when you step on the basketball court for the first time, and the energy and excitement is really something special. And that's no different for the Anoka boys high school basketball team. They're looking to rebound from a tough year last season, and I had a chance to talk with head coach Ryan Fromm about how the Tornadoes plan to do just that.
We definitely handled a lot of adversity last year, and so I think anytime you have a group of guys that go through that together, you know, you're going to grow from it. And us being pretty young last year, I think that's a big positive you can look at. So, I mean, last year we had a couple 3 juniors that really contributed a lot, and they're all going to be back this year, of course. And we also moved up 7 sophomores and a freshman. So we were young last year. We're hoping that those guys learn some lessons, and I'm hoping we grow from it this year.
One of the positive things about having a young team is that players are able to gain experience. Coach Fromm is excited about that.
I'm excited. They're really good kids, high character kind of kids. We have Gunnar Ledeen. He's a smart basketball player and a really good shooter. Led our team in scoring last year. Was an all-conference player last year, and he'll be back. Jackson Sutton was a big for us last year. He started most of the time when he was healthy, and he's a big body. He's 6'8", and he put on some weight, and he's looking good. He's looking in shape. Had a good offseason. And Chase Thomas, he was our starting point guard last year, and he's quick, very good athlete, a baseball player, but such a good athlete that he's a really good basketball player too. I'm excited about those 3, and really the whole group, but those 3 are the ones that are coming back that really contributed a lot last year.
The Tornadoes are coming off of a rough year, but the team has put in a lot of hard work in the offseason, and optimism is high.
Oh, it's exciting. You know, right now everybody in the conference is 0-0, and everyone's probably thinking everything's figured out right now, and everything is going to be great. And we're optimistic, you know, just like everyone else. I'm in the gym with my guys, and I'm excited. I like the hard work they put in this offseason. I like the character of these guys. They're fun to be around. They're working hard. We got a lot done today. We were commenting today that I think we got more installed and put in here day 1, and it's 2-a-days. You know, yesterday we went before and after school, but we got more done today than we did probably for the first week last year. So we're excited where it is right now.
Every season has its highs and lows, but Coach Fromm knows that it's about working hard and playing your best by the end of the year.
I just expect that we're going to get better every week. You know, I don't think about things in wins and losses. I know I know we have a section that I think we can compete in. And so if we're getting better every week, if we're playing our best basketball at the end of the year, then I'll be excited about that. If we can gel and get things figured out and really grow as a team and be playing great basketball in February, I mean, that'd be awesome. I mean, during the year, the conference, to be honest, it's tough. We got, we played Champlin twice and Armstrong and Osseo and Maple Grove, and we play some tough competition, but I think it's good to test yourself. So I'm excited about that opportunity, and hopefully we can just continue to build and continue to get better.
The Andover boys basketball team had a solid year in 2014, finishing 7-5 in the tough Northwest Suburban Conference and 14-12 overall. The team is confident going into the 15-16 season, and they hope to build off of last year's successful season.
We've got a team made up of nine guys in our rotation roughly right now, and only 2 of them have any varsity experience at all. So we started out that first game, and the nerves were there, and we're playing a quality team, and we saw a lot of things we liked and a lot of things we expected, which include great team chemistry, and our defense is going to be, I think, a little tougher, a little more stout this year.
I feel like we're very aggressive on defense, and a lot of our practice is dedicated to defense and doing it well and hustling, and that's what we try to base our game off of, is our defense.
Just locking up on defense for sure and moving the ball on offense. Those are just 2 things that I really want to work on this year. Rebounding too, and yeah, that's team goals.
We haven't had a lot of varsity experience, but a lot of our grades played together a lot since 4th grade, like all traveling teams, and we've really stayed together as a grade. Like, not a lot of us got moved up freshman, sophomore, even junior year. And so I think the team chemistry that we have with each other is gonna be able to help us this year. All the guys at the bench, they're super close to starting, and any given night it can be different starting lineup. So I don't know, it's always a different guy every day, it seems like. It's cool.
Definitely, because we can go a lot deeper in the rotation too, like guys like that can step up, then we can have other seniors who also can go in there, and we have a really deep rotation too with that.
Yeah, for sure, we want to obviously get to state, and that's our goal. And I'd actually like to go to state and win a game too. That'd be great.
It was an amazing year in 2014 for the Champlin Park Rebels basketball team. They finished the season 26-0, the unquestioned top team in the state, and they were ranked #1 going into the state tournament. They got all the way to the championship game, but came up just short, losing in a heartbreaker to Apple Valley. But it's a new season, and the Rebels are ready to make another run in their quest to get back to the state tournament. Let's take a look at the 2015-16 Champlin Park Rebels basketball team.
As a coach, I coach depending upon what kind of athletes we have, and we have great athletes, and we're going to keep that high pace, defense first kind of mentality that turns into a lot of offense we're hoping for.
We're doing a lot of things well that we did last year, such as hit threes, get transition buckets, move the ball around really well. We're an unselfish team, and it really shows in practice, and I really think it'll show in the games.
I'd say it's the same mentality as last year. Push the ball, score as many transition points as you can, and defense. All starts on defense, because defense creates offense for us.
The coach really stresses defense, so we work on that at least half the practice. I mean, whether it's sitting there through shell or defensive drills or transition drills, to work on our defense. So, I mean, they're picking it up well. I mean, we have good defenders, so I think we'll be good at the defensive end.
Some of the younger guys that have been playing up all along are now kind of getting back together with their classmates that they grew up playing with. So, it's a process, and there'll be some growing pains, of course.
There's a lot of juniors on the team. We played together when we were younger in traveling days. So that chemistry is a little rusty, but you can still see it's there. And to being able to play with these guys again is great.
I think we're going to prove people wrong. We're going to have a good season, 20-plus wins, and hopefully win a state championship.
Well, that's it for this edition of In the Game. If you want more In the Game or want more information regarding our sports schedules or when you can watch your favorite team, go to our website at www.qctv.org. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Carpenter, and we'll see you next time in the game.
Welcome back to the Duluth Heritage Center Ice Arena for the quarterfinals of the Sectional 7AA as the Huskies are traveling up to play Duluth East. I'm Joe Rulin, joined along with Pete Anderson. And Pete, you can feel the tension here in the building. It's a 2-1 lead for Duluth East as we get ready to start that third period, but it might as well be a tie.
Absolutely. It's definitely a nervous energy. I had a chance to kind of make a loop here around the building, and it's quiet on the Andover side. That Duluth East side, it's loud, but they don't sound sure of themselves. They know it just takes one bounce. It just takes one fluky thing to make this a tie game, and suddenly you've got a goaltender who's only faced 7 shots, only made 6 saves, trying to keep your team tied and trying to prevent the other team from taking a lead. So it's going to be an interesting third period. Keys for Andover, they've got to try and get some power plays. That's been the way to the success here tonight. They got it. It was an even strength goal, but it was right after a power play. And then in that first game, they also created four of their 5 goals were off the power play. There were 4 of 6 in that first game. And they also have to create some offense from other sources or other areas on the ice. Right now, everything that they've been trying to get has been centering passes from the corner, centering passes from the circles. Use that blue line, create some spacing, create some passing lanes by stretching that defense, just like Duluth East has been doing to them.
There you can see Bannock, one of the captains, along with Ledeen and a host of the Husky players getting revved up. And so far here in that second period, Huskies had some opportunities to score early, but the one goal was scored and by Duluth East, but many shots turned away by the senior netminder Johnson. There's another great example, point-blank turn away. There was the lone goal off the back that time of Blake Johnson. That gave Duluth East a 2-1 lead, but I got to tell you, Pete, there's a lot of people here. There's a chance there again for the Huskies, some scoring opportunities right on the doorstep. They have not been. You can feel some tension, as you mentioned, from the Duluth East fans because their goaltender, who's had a good year, a 2.48 ERA, or goals against average rather.
It's almost baseball season.
Absolutely. They said they're nervous because he's had some bad third periods. And Duluth East, their stingiest defensive period was that second period. They've given up the most goals here in this third period. So let's see what the Huskies can do early and often as Sears will take this face-off and the Huskies control.
Using a line or a variation of a line from one of my favorite sports movies, Varsity Blues. 1 period for the rest of your life, 17 minutes for the next 17 years of your life. Let's go, boys.
Skating in now, it would be Duluth East, but easily cleared, and they'll whistle the Huskies for the icing. Meanwhile, as we mentioned, the Duluth East coach is Mike Randolph, and Randolph has been there for 27 years. The guy is straight to the point. You gotta love it. He also went to high school here at Duluth East. I spoke with him extensively before the game, and he said, Joe, we just played stupid. We had a 4-game losing streak earlier this year, and we played stupid. We beat Wayzata to start the season, but that was more of a disadvantage. It gave us a false sense of security. We thought we were better than what we were. And I said, by stupid, what do you mean? He says, lazy stick play, not getting back, out of position. And we've got to up that, especially against Andover tonight.
Yeah, it definitely took them a while, but they found their groove. They're 10-2 over their last 12 games. Their the two losses coming in that last the regular season finale against Minnetonka, and then Hockey Day in Minnesota. They lost on FSN to Lakeville North. Very good, Lakeville North.
Shane comes in and tries to slide one past Meyerhoff, and he's taken to the ice. Huskies putting some serious pressure on right now. I am so impressed with this freshman, Shane.
Yeah, he's definitely a good skater, has some good future for the Andover program. They've got to make sure that they put some talent around him, allow him to make some plays.
McNamara coming in, loses it off his stick. He'll give chase into the far corner, held in just inside the blue line. Shot there, deflected. Huskies getting some shots in traffic in front. Martell, oh my. I can't believe they're going to call that a trip.
I mean, there was contact with the legs, but I guess I want to see a replay of it, but to me it didn't look like that was what caused him to go to the ice. It looks like he was going to the ice before the contact was made. Tough call from behind the official. You know, it's a call that you have to make.
Huskies are going to be down, one man down again, third penalty kill here for the Huskies. They're 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. This is a critical time of the game. A chance for a 2-goal lead if they can extend it here for Duluth East. Huskies moving it along, trying to put some pressure. Top of the circle, shot on the doorstep, a save with men in front by Blake Johnson. Good focus that time by Johnson. He had a couple of Duluth East players right on the doorstep. Huskies clearing Duluth East, getting pressure. Good pressure by Sears. Finally, they bring it in, dump it. Brought in, and we've got stop a play and a whistle there.
Good. It was a good back check there by Sears as the puck came out in front of him, skated hard, got back, and continued to hamper the offensive play of the Duluth East skater, and the puck kind of rolled off his stick, and he went into the zone before the puck did.
Still 1:10 left on the man advantage for Duluth East. They have the 2-1 lead. They are the number 2 seed. They are hosting the Huskies, the number 7 seed in this Section 7 AA quarterfinal game. Huskies putting on a lot of pressure. Cannot clear. Held in left point now. Set up on the doorstep. Hops the stick that time. Unable to put it away that time was Worth. Huskies still trying to pressure out of the zone. Unfortunately unable to clear. Hard check there, knockdown for the Huskies. Penalty coming up here. That will go against Duluth East. That was a hard check. They'll probably call, I'm guessing, interference. And getting the gate will be number 23. That will be Meju. Ian Meju will get the gate. Huskies and Duluth East will skate 4 side for the next 37 seconds, and then the Huskies will have the man advantage. Let's see if they can come away with some scoring opportunities here and a goal. I will tell you, Meyerhoff has not looked confident in goal.
He hasn't had many shots to face here to really have to look confident.
Pickpocketed away by Ledeen. Headman just too far, skating in with Spencer. Loose puck in front, and he cannot put it away. Turned away by Johnson. Duluth East buzzing, shot, waffle pad save that time by Johnson. Ledeen will skate free of the zone. Ledeen sends it cross ice off the skate, picks it back up, takes a shot. Huskies now on the power play for the next minute and 15 seconds. Blake Johnson back behind the goal, heads it up to Seymour. Up ahead now, the Huskies along the near board there. That was to Martell. Trying to hold it in. Good job by the Huskies. Sataris now. Shot on the doorstep. Bandit couldn't put it away. On the back door pass. Sataris strong in that corner. Battling Duluth East. Bandit coming over to help them out. Trying to get in there first is Duluth East, and they're able to clear. That was Christ.
What a play there by Bannock, and recognition, knowing that Sitars and then Bannock was rushing to the net. Just missed his stick. If it touches any part of his stick, it's going in the net.
In that near corner now, trickles behind the net. The Huskies with the man advantage for the next 21 seconds. Sitars there. Now to Martell. Martell over to Nowacki. Nowacki fans on a shot attempt, and it's picked up by Duluth East. To center ice, there's Bannock. He'll send it back in. 5 seconds left on the power play for Andover. They're down 1 goal with 11:55 to go, third period. Poke checked away, now coming out, another penalty coming up on Andover. That is going to be a hook or a trip. Nonetheless, it'll be whistled as Altman was trying to break free, and whistled for the Huskies will be Owen Jensen.
Andover can't afford to take penalties. Right now, they've taken more penalties. This is going to be the 4th power play opportunity for Duluth East. And, yeah, it just gets that stick right there across on the hook. And 2 minutes for Jensen. And Andover really has to buckle down, play some disciplined hockey, and get past this power play opportunity for Duluth East and make some opportunities of their own.
Johnson getting more and more confident with each shot that he's taken. He's seen 39 shots. Backhand now trying to skate in, now redirected by the pressure by the Huskies. Top of the circle, wrister does not. It does finally make it to Blake Johnson. Looked like it was deflected, but that was a hard wrister taken by Reed Hill, a 6'2" junior.
Reed Hill let that one go. It stayed low on the ice, and you know, sometimes those are tricky shots because you expect them to bounce around or maybe get deflected. Causes you to open up that 5-hole, but Blake Johnson, been stellar all night, continues here.
Huskies win the race to the puck, but cannot clear. Top of the circle, they'll continue to move it around. They are very effective and efficient with their passes. Tape to tape, there's a shot. Good job getting down low, but it deflects behind the goal.
That was really close. That deflection just skated by the outside of that post.
Giving chase there. Hard shot coming back. Good hustle that time by Dunleavy. Huskies will get there and clear. 1 minute left in the power play. 10:50 remaining here in this contest. Huskies down by a goal. Full head of steam. Duluth East skating in now, sets up. Held in just inside the blue line. Oh, if he could have gotten that, Bannock had a shorthanded breakaway opportunity. Huskies gather it in and send it length of the ice by Martell, courtesy of your Huskies, with 10:30 to go and just 35 seconds left to go on this man advantage.
Hunter Dunleavy doesn't get much ice time here, the senior forward for the Huskies, but that was an absolutely wonderful penalty kill by Dunleavy. Good quality ice time for him.
It affected the play, definitely. Shot here, hits in front by Bannock. Bannock now will skate free of the zone. He'll get around one. He'll race and dive in. Giving it all was Anthony Bannock, the senior forward. 5 seconds left on this penalty kill for the Huskies. They're coming in. Here's a full head of steam, circling back in front, dropping it. That save is kicked to the side by Blake Johnson. Huskies back at full strength. Now comes Martell. Martell wants to get it ahead, but cannot. Not a hard enough pass. And back comes Duluth East the other way. Wrister, save and smothered by Blake Johnson.
Great positioning by Blake Johnson. Got into that butterfly and really just taken away as much of the net as he can by coming well out of the crease on that opportunity off of a poor pass by Martell, trying to feed it up to Christian Ledeen. Created an odd man rush for Duluth East.
Coach Mark Manny said they are going to be an attacking type of offense, and they definitely have. There's a backhand. This team has had an outstanding game. They just need to create some more shots on goal. They have successfully killed 4 penalties. McNamara looking in front for Ledeen. McNamara still controls. Back to Shane, now back to Ledeen. He circles up ahead and deflects back to neutral ice. Ledeen circles. Misses on a pass to Shane. Giving chase is McNamara. Picking it up as Duluth East and skating clear of the zone. Now ahead into the Husky zone. Nowacki back to get it for the Huskies. He's got clear ice ahead of him, so he'll skate free. Still with the puck, in control, carries it in, backhands it deep. Ledeen is there to give chase. He'll try to keep the pressure up. Huskies unable to hold the zone. Dahl picks it up. Ahead to McNamara. Drops it to Shane. Shane tried to feed Ledeen, but that was disrupted by Duluth East. Back the other way come the Hounds. On the right side, shot. Goal! Hit the back of the net. Beautiful save. Oh, I thought that rippled top shelf. Nice setup. Good dangling, but a good save by Blake Johnson.
Wirth waited just a split second too long to take that shot, as he had tons of net to work with. Just double clutched it and hit the outside of the net.
Duluth East, major pressure. Loose puck in front, turned away. Good pressure and a good tie up that time by Seymour. Defensively, inside the blue line, Duluth East still controls. Good possession of puck on this offensive push this time. Good physical play by Sears, unable still to clear the zone. McNamara has it there. He'll try to chisel it free. Duluth East has to go back to center ice. Brought in offside by Duluth East. 7:41 to go, and the Huskies trail by a 2-1 margin.
Another couple of crazy sequences and just great plays by Blake Johnson. Luck plays a little bit too, but you know, you have to assume at some points one of these bounces is going to go Andover's way. They have to start making more out of the opportunities and taking some of the opportunities into their own hands.
Blake Johnson loses his stick, scrambles to get back, and here comes Mears. Mears skates in, drops it there for Hughes, unable to connect. Hughes has the Andover goal. Huskies trying to stir it up. There's Mears again, cycles back and weaves and circles back in. Go give chase. Duluth East tries to backhand it out, and now they'll carry clear of the zone, center ice. Trying to move around that time the defensive Solomon Seymour, unable to do so, but they still control the puck in the Husky zone. Held inside the blue line, deflected now behind the net. Solomon Seymour will do battle there. Martell coming over to help out. Seymour once again will send a backhand along the board, not enough to clear the zone. Huskies need to get some progress up ice. They deflected that by Mears, and no icing there. 6:25 to go here in the third period. It's a 42-8 shots on goal advantage for Duluth East. Martell in the far corner tries to scurry and move Duluth East off the puck, unable to do so. There's a shot that goes behind. Dahl in the corner now doing battle. Dahl digging at it, and the Huskies finally chip and chisel it out to neutral ice. Duluth East sends it back in, just giving their defenseman time to change. Dahl being bothered and pinned up against the board. Now coming out in front, all alone in front. Good chip and move by Satars to get a stick on it. He comes back the other way. Here he comes, a full head of steam by Satars. Knocked off the puck, and it goes behind the net.
Great back check by Ash Altman. He's got the game, or the go-ahead goal here so far, and just saved an opportunity for his team with Zach Satars, leading goal scorer for the Andover Huskies, trying to make a rush.
Along the far board, Shane's there to hold it in. He'll backhand it to the far corner. McNamara will give chase for Andover. Controlled now by Duluth East. They'll work it up ice, cross ring pass ahead. Moving in, dangling, good defensive poke check away by Nowacki. Out in front, puck left there, but it's McNamara to pick up the loose change and skate it free of the zone. McNamara still with it, trying to backhand it, fanned on that. Duluth East sends it back behind, and Blake Johnson has it.
McNamara's kind of snake bit here tonight. Puck never really wants to find his stick clean all night.
Sears brings it in, can't hold the puck as it rolls off his stick. Nowacki back to Martell. Martell now to McNamara. Duluth East steps in front of that and disrupts the momentum of the play. Deflected at center ice just below us, and McNamara will give chase. Huskies trying to apply some pressure with 4:25 to go. Huskies are down by 1 goal. They are just 1 shot on goal away from tying this. Odd man rush. Martell coming in. Hard wrister. There's that lack of confidence and a chance for the Huskies. Meyerhoff does not look confident in goal at all. He had a clear look at that wrister, and Meyerhoff could not control it. They've got to fire shots early and often. Satars. There's blood in the water here and a chance for the Huskies. Schoen, backdoor, couldn't hop the stick of Ledeen there.
Great pass there by Shane. Tried to saucer it over Ledeen. He just couldn't get it on his stick as it was in the air as he reached it.
Huskies are starting to fire up and get at it. Put your seatbelt on. It's going to be a rough ride for the next 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Huskies down by a goal, but putting pressure on this Duluth East team, the number 2 seed. Ledeen tries to step in front of a pass, and meanwhile we've got a whistle and a penalty coming up. A slashing penalty coming up against Duluth East, and this will be a golden opportunity for the Huskies to tie it up.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Huskies needed. They're starting to get some offensive swagger going, and now they get the man advantage. Puck's going to come down into the Duluth East zone. That last shot that was taken by Martell, somehow it was going right at the belly button of Meyerhoff, but it crossed him up. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Andover.
Good call by Coach Manny. He'll get the troops together, and Pete, the question is, do you use that extra attacker with a minute left? You have the power play right now. Do you want to get that extra attacker in there to try to close that deal and get some quality shots? It's a tough situation, but let's see what they can do with the power play, I guess.
Hey, here's the thing about taking that extra attacker. I mean, your best player on the ice is Blake Johnson. And when it comes to skating ability, Duluth East has been able to outskate Andover. They've been able to recover in good spots, but you don't want to give up, especially shorthanded, give up that spot. Let's get some good spacing in the offensive zone. You have to utilize your D here. You have to utilize the entire offensive zone to get those shots onto Meyerhoff and use the passing lane so that you get him moving side to side. You can't just focus on get it down deep and then center. That's going to give the opportunity for Duluth East to come all the way back down and dump the puck and eat up as much of this power play as they possibly can. You have to get in there, you have to get into your sets, and you have to use the blue line, you have to use your D to get in there and make some offense.
We have got to get some traffic also. If I'm Andover in front of Meyerhoff, again coming in with a stellar record of 15-9 and a goals against average of 2.48. But his play tonight has not reflected a goaltender with those statistics. In fact, he looks a little shaken and perhaps stirred here in this third period. And the Huskies will be putting on major pressure. Satars on the faceoff, controlled by the Huskies. That's Ledeen. Just inside the blue line. He tries to send it out in front. Deflected. Loose puck in front. Huskies try to put it away. Unfortunately, Duluth East will get there first and clear the zone.
A lot of swinging and missing here at that puck. It's been the theme all night. The puck is bouncing. The Andover hasn't been able to get their stick on it at the right moment.
Bannock carries it in, then has his stick literally slashed and not clear. Huskies try to bring it in again. Controlled now. That is Bannock. Physical play, Bannock to Satars. Satars in the near corner, trying to work it free. Ledeen picks it up, cross rink. There's Mattel, shot. Oh, and behind the net. Huskies putting on some pressure, anything on Meyerhoff if they can. Huskies in a race to the puck.
Is on, goalie is out.
Shot here, turned away. Johnson is off. Extra attacker on, as you mentioned, Pete. Huskies still with the man advantage for the next 55 seconds. Loose puck, and then they clear. Hops the stick that time. Ledeen at the blue line. Oh, baby, we've got the next 45 seconds on this man advantage. This is the tipping point of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Intense and a great game to be watching. Huskies try to hold the zone. They cannot as Martell stretches and it gets beyond his stick. 30 seconds left on the power play. Huskies have pulled their goaltender Blake Johnson for the extra attacker. 20 seconds left. Martell dumps it in deep. Bannock will give chase. He'll try to get there behind the net. Now it's Satars. Satars trying to hold the zone. He does. Ledeen will take this wrister. It just goes wide. Back out front. And another shot. Turned away. Shot. Block. Save behind the net, the Huskies. And a whistle. Wow, what an explosion of shots. The Huskies couldn't lift it. They were trying to put it top shelf at the peanut butter. Couldn't quite do it.
Net comes off its moorings by about an inch, and Meyerhoff
might have been assisted on knocking that thing off.
Johnson back in the net now. 4 seconds remaining here in this power play.
What pressure. There's 1:30 left of this game. Great pressure by the Huskies. But again, their first goal of the game came just a few seconds after they were on full strength, after the penalty had expired. Let's see what they do here. They win in the race to the draw, but now off to deflection. Duluth East controls.
Great play by Ledeen. He knew that should be a delayed game. He was offsides, and he knocked the stick out of Martell's hands intentionally.
Absolutely. No, they do call the offside on Andover.
Poor call as player that was 26 Altman, who had just come out of the box, is skating in, trying to create the breakaway. The pass had been broken up. He was in offsides and then slaps the stick out of Altman's hand. That's a slash, and he's in offside. He's not supposed to be there. It's got to be a penalty that they call.
Let's see how long before Blake Johnson gets to the bench. It'll all depend upon the pressure that Duluth East puts on. Bannock trying to gather his skates underneath him. Finally, Huskies have it. Nowacki. We are south of a minute left in this game. Huskies down by 1 goal. Spencer back for Duluth East. Johnson is out. Extra attacker in play. Duluth East now controls. Open net. Missed that. Whole open net, and he missed it. Huskies will try to regather. Pressure is put on behind the play, and finally the Huskies clear it, but not out. Sent back in. Nice save by Ledeen. Otherwise that was going in. 30 seconds left. Huskies down by a goal and the extra attacker out. 20 seconds. Huskies will try to move it up ice for one final rush. They are down by a goal, controlled at the blue line. Good pressure by Ledeen. Picked up by Bannock. Ledeen brings it in, gets around, licks the backhand, puts it on goal, and a save. Sears there to collide and put some pressure on the defense. 11 seconds. Wow. This has been a well-played game. Well-played game, and the Huskies, even though they've been outshot 42-11, they have put some pressure on in these last 5 minutes. Faceoff will come in the Duluth East zone to the left of the netminder.
Face-off of the game right here.
Zatars on the draw. Controlled, unfortunately, by Duluth East. They'll ring it around the board. So with 5 seconds left, Huskies try to hold the zone. It's lifted over the glass with 2 seconds left.
And it'll be interesting to where they put this face-off. It's going to be in the Duluth East zone. So it's going to have to be a miracle. Satars is going to have to get the face-off win. You assume it's going to be Sears and Bannock going right to the net, trying to make some sort of deflection happen. He's trying to get it to Martell or Shane off the face-off. Ledeen right in there as well.
Pensive fans, but not pensive play, as Huskies cannot control the face-off. The puck is back into the Husky zone. That's irrelevant because time has expired. And a tough loss for the Huskies this evening. A 2-1 loss to the number 2 seed Duluth East Hounds. Huskies outshot 42-11, but played much, much better than those shots on goal would reflect. Tough loss for these Huskies again, and Pete, they gave it all. I mean, you could tell there was pensive play and tension by Duluth East and the fans as this third period started and ended.
Yeah, it was a great game by both teams. Duluth East, great skating team, took advantage of some opportunities, got some puck luck. Andover got bit by some puck luck. Couldn't get those bounces to go their way. Couldn't get their stick on some of those pucks that were open in front of the net. And you know, it's always tough when you see this handshake line as it is the last one for some of these seniors. You look at Christian Ledeen, you look at Brent Sears, Blake Johnson, the game he played, Anthony Bannock. I mean, you go down the list of Zach Sitars, these seniors, and we look here, and obviously Andover falling to Duluth East. Duluth East will move on. I believe Elk River is up big on Forest Lake. That'll be taking place here on the 20th, right here in Duluth at Amsoil Arena. It's a tough way to end the season, but they played their hearts out, did the Andover Huskies.
They sure did, and up and down at Blake Johnson. Certainly an impressive outing, and Just one goal away, one that went off the back of the jersey, and tough game. Here's the player of the game for QCTV. And
thanks for coming up, guys. Unbelievable game there by Blake Johnson. Nothing to his fault is why the Andover Huskies lose that game. He turns away 40 shots in this game. 2 goals scored on him in those 42 shots, and unfortunately the Andover Huskies couldn't put another one past Kirk Meyerhoff and make this game go to overtime.
He was sure shaken and stirred, but not Blake Johnson. He stood tall and turned away some quality point-blank shots. There you get a look at the head coaches. Coach Manny, of course, with the Huskies. They're a very close relationship between he and the head coach of Duluth East. Also in Coach Randolph. We had a chance again to speak with Randolph in 27 years there. Great experience, but he said they finally started to get it together, and tough end of the season for the Huskies. And the Duluth East will now advance.
Yeah, Duluth East will advance. This is their 11th win in the last 13 games. They're a hot hockey team right now, and the way they skate, the way they create opportunities, the way they stretch the ice, it's definitely relevant. It's definitely evident by the way they played here tonight. Tough loss for the Andover Huskies. They played not as well as they probably would have liked, but they played well, and they played up to the talent and up to the level of Duluth East. Blake Johnson played one of the best games I've seen him play.
Absolutely, matched him stride for stride. Just a backhand off the back of Blake Johnson. A couple of hopped sticks off the pucks and some bouncing pucks, and unable to capitalize at some point-blank range. Meanwhile, the Huskies end their season, but certainly some growth coming up, some great development. You saw the freshman Shane looking well, McNamara as well, and some definite talent upcoming for the Huskies, and we look forward to carrying that next year for you as well. And again, the Huskies take a 2-1 defeat today against Duluth East, the number 2 seed in the sectional. Tough loss, games ahead for the rest of them. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this QCTV sports presentation. It's been our honor to bring it to you. I'm Joe Rulland for Pete Anderson. Have yourself a great evening.